Okay, now today we will come to reports. Okay, we covered the tables, forms, queries. So far now we have covered all the three components, which is important. And then the reports is the final one. So whatever the data you have, you can put into a desired output. So what we'll have here, report design is one of the things we'll see, and you can do the report through Wizard, and also you can create a report from a table. So we said we have a table, form, queries. So you can create from the table, and also you can create from the query. The forms only take the data. They don't do anything except taking the data. So the queries filter the data, tables store the data. All the data goes to the tables. Okay. Now also we'll see how you can sort the data in the report, how you can group the data in the report. If time permits, then we can go how you can filter the data in the report. So all of them communicate with the tables. The reports also communicate with the tables, and queries and reports, they communicate each other, and forms can be from the queries. And this is the interlink between each of the components. So when you have reports, you will see a ribbon, like you have here tables ribbon, and the ribbon tables you have, queries you have, forms you have, then you have reports. So we're coming to this section. So we'll see here the report design, report wizard, and report blank report. These are different elements, like we have here tables, table design, and query design, form blank. So almost similar to the form design, you have the a report design. So when you open, so it will give you a choice here to open, to select like a tabular query. It is giving you tabular query. So you can choose. If you drop down, then you select the fields, like we have the form selection. So you have the fields will come here. Then you give if you want to group them, you can group them here. Then you can, finally it comes to report wizard. You can create a landscape report, portrait report, different designs. The report will come in this format. You can design, you can change the reports, and then you can have something called grouping, sorting, and then it will give an option to you choose the group and sorting. This is the key of this session. So you will find how you can create a report. Let us go to the database. So this is the database which I shared earlier. You can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us see. Now this is the database we have. What we do now, we can take one of the data and we'll create a report. If you expand this, you will find all different segments. You have tables, queries, and there is a report. Let me delete this one so you don't have report. So now we have tables, queries, forms, and macros. So macros also, if you don't want delete, let us say delete this one. So you have this thing. Now when you add reports, you will get reports here. Okay. Now if you go first, let us say we go with the table. So you go to the table, you have several tables here. Okay. So because you have different tables, sometimes you combine the data, two tables into one data, that is through queries. So you have some queries combined with more than one table, right? For example, we said here, for example, the employee details, this one, let me see this one here. Yeah, it's only one table is there. I think product details, we have two tables. Let us see this one. It's also only one. Test results, it also has one. Design, so has only one table. This one. Okay, so here, for example, you have a data from three different tables. See here, 1, 2, 3 tables. But when you select a report from one table, the data will be only from one table. But if you want the data from three different tables, then you have to choose the query. Otherwise, the data will not be represented in the report. So let us say this is we'll take this query. So let us start with the query. This is the query which has multiple data. Okay, so you don't need to select from here, or if you want to select, you can select here also, but go to create here. To go to create here, so you see here the report design report blank report. So let us say we have the blank report, or if you click blank report, it gives completely blank. There is nothing here. Then what you do, you have to, it gives an option here. What do you want to select? It is asking you here, you see here, add existing fields, say show all tables. So you have to click this one, then it will show you all the tables we have. For example, I want to know the design data. So you take this one, select this one. Select this one, it's giving all the fields you have here. So if you want to make a report, then you bring here, drop them here. And then say that is a design sheet number, and then bring the field here, process. And then bring here, it gives this parameter. So all the parameters, what you want, you put it here. So it gave, means from the blank, you created some data by dragging. Where from you took the data? You took from the table. How do you select the table? Just it gives you right side. What are the tables available? Suppose you close this one, close this and save. When you close it, do you want to save the change to design report one? Say yes. So what you can use a convention, you can say RPT for reports to start with. Like we said here, all the queries with the Q and tables of TB, and RPT you can use for reports. So report here, say it's a design from blank report. So I use a blank report format. So you see here it appearing here. You will just close this one. So you see the reports here. So the report we created is this one. If you click this, you see what happens. It is giving all the data what we have picked up. Now, this one we can add it here. Say we can this report is created. How do you put a home screen? So there is a home screen here tab here. See this one. So I want to put this report, okay, on the main screen. So what I would do also, I want to create a menu. You know how to create a menu. For example, if you click this one, you have sub menus, right? If you go back, you come here. How do you create now menu? So I can create a menu here. Go to first, I want to create a ribbon button, right? But before that, I want to create one blank form. Okay, create form, blank form. Okay, or you can say design. 1 minute. Better we take create form design. Come here, and I want to go to the design tab, and then you give a name here, say reports menu. So I want to create a menu where I have all the reports at one place. Like we have all the forms at one place, you can have it. So you can change the font, you can select it and go to home. You just select, for example, you want to make a bigger one, you want to change. This is the menu. And then I want to add few buttons here. Say, go to X-axis button, put it here, and say, I want to close this form. I want to go to form operations, close the form. So this is the button I'm creating. Now I will save this one, this form as reports menu. Okay, so why I did this one, just see here. Now form we created here, reports menu. You find here reports menu. You're getting blank, right? Now I close this one, it closed. Why I created on the main menu, I want to have this menu available. Are you following me? Is it clear? Or you want me to repeat?
Yes, sir.
Following, it's okay? Or you want me to repeat it again?
One time repeat, sir.
Sir, I can repeat.
Okay. So example, now say I created a product menu. How product menu came? This form came how? Because for example, if you click this first button, what is happening? You click this button, it is happening. You can enter the data directly, right? You can go to other record like this, right? I close this one. For example, if I click this one, this button has taken me to another form, right? Now I want to enter the data, I click here. You got this point? See, there is a multiple menus here. Here one no menu here, directly data entry, right? This is clear. Say when you click this button, you have the data entry. But when you click this button, what is happening? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, so many buttons, right? So when you click this button, I'm getting the form here. When I close this, I'm getting here. And close this, I'm going to here, which means you have multiple menus here. So I want to create a menu for creating a report menu. Like we have forms here, product menu, I want report menu. So what I will do, I want to create a button here. For example, let us say I will come here and then I want to create a button. This button for what? I want to open a form which we created reports menu. I'll show you again that one. So this is the reports menu. So this is what I wanted on the main screen. See, this one I have. Let me close this one. Okay, I will close this one. Okay. Let us come to home. Okay. Now you see this one reports menu came here, right? When you click, what happens? This came here, right? So I want to put the buttons here. Okay, now I will show you how to create this one again. This is what we'll create again. So I want to create this form, how I created. Create, go to form design. Okay, it's clear. Form design, go to form design. Then it gives a blank here. There's nothing here. So I want to give a heading here. So this A, capital A, small a, put it here, bring it here. So you say report menu, new. I'm giving a name, new name. Why I'm creating this one? I am going to put some buttons here. I will select something here. I'll put it here. That's the reason I'm putting. So I'm putting blank because I will add later. So I have a blank form. Then because I need to always close the form, I select again XSS and go to the form operations. Because this is a form I want to close. So I would say close form and go to next. So I choose the picture itself. Oh, it's okay, picture for me. Say next, say finish. So this is a blank form. So I change the font because I want to see the font to be much bigger. The heading to be bigger. Okay. This is what I created blank form. So this form, after creating, what I will do, I will save it. How do I save? Just to say yes to saving, and you will say new report menu. So I gave a name. Okay, that form which is here, you can come here, new report menu. As I said before, if you want, you cannot search all, then you come here, create a date. So it will show you what is we created today. Today, what we created, 3 documents created. So one report menu, new report. So what I said, this new report menu, what we created is like this. Is it clear now, or what I created is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll use, for example, I created a blank one. I want to bring this one here into the menu. Okay, you will understand why we are doing this one. So I bring again, say, take this XS button and form open, because this is the form. What we create is new form. So you say new, it will go to the new N, then new report menu. See, okay, now because now I want to differentiate, say new report menu. I just created the same name, then you finish. So you have here. So once you keep here, close it. Say close. Now come to you know the main form is home. If you type here home H, it will show you the form, the filter it. Double click. Now you have see Now this doesn't have any data, anything. So I want to control all the reports, put reports, all the reports here instead of putting on the main screen. Okay. Now let us come here. I want to add the report which we created. Where is the report? Go to, suppose say here, you have so many options, like what is ticked here? The first one is ticked, created date, and this one, all dates, right? If I select object type, the third one, it will give by tables, queries, forms, like this. You can put everything together. You see, you understand this one? Here, if you select object type, then it will give by the object, tables, queries, forms, reports. Now, if you close this one, you see, you have reports. Now, you have, because you have only one report, easy to see, you know. Now, this report, I want to bring it here. This report, because if I want to run this report, how do you run report? I have to run from menu, because after some time, we will disable this the part for the people to access it. So when you disable it, the menu should come here. For example, click here, the person can enter data from here, right? But if he comes here, then he should have some menu, some button to open the report. So here we'll create a button to open the open this report. Otherwise, what you do, suppose you don't put here, you have double click, then report comes. Is this clear what I'm saying? The report is there already here, but we want to bring it to menu here or here. So for that, what we do? Go here, click this one is created. Now go to design. So go here, go to design. Okay. Now what we do? We bring this button, XXX, because we are creating a command button to open the report. So you see here, record navigation, record operations, form operations. Then you see this report operations. It's clear here? Do you follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now in report
sir.
operations, you have see here mail report. If you want to send email directly, you can select this one. Okay. And then open report, preview report, to print report, to send report, to file. So many options are there. So what do we do here? Let us take preview report. You can choose any of them. Let me choose one, preview report. So go next. Then it is showing all the reports it will show actually. Now you have only, because only one report is showing one report name. What report would you like to the command to convert into preview? So I have, because only one report, I'm selecting one report. Select the next. Now again it is asking, do you want a picture or text? Say because when you have so many reports, then the picture will not be helpful. So you have to give a report. Say design report one. Let me say this is the name I am giving on the button. Say it will ask for a button name. You can leave it as it is. So you see, you find the design report one button here. So what do we do now? You have to save it. Either you save here or just close it. It will close it. Okay. Now you go here, report menu. So you see here, when you click, your report is coming. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
this way you can link it. Say instead of doing, say what I did, I created here, right? Instead of creating, suppose if you don't want this one, all this menu, so you can directly create here itself. You go to design, okay, go to design, and it is giving you a design mode. Then go to here and put a button here, bring here, go again, report operations, preview report, next, and select the report. And then you give the report, dummy report. Say, I'm giving a name. Okay, finish. So it is giving directly the dummy report here. So what I will do, I will save it, and then open it again. So I will open again, home, double click. Now you see here, I click here, I get a report. But if you have so many reports, 10 reports, for example, where you put the screen will be bigger. What do we do? Instead of putting it here, I create a menu. In the menu, I can keep so many reports here. This is the reason I created a menu. And this menu, it is a form. It is not a report. But this one, when you click, it is opening a report. So you can close here. There is a close button. You can close it. You go to the main menu. This is the way you do it. Okay. Now what we have done is with a, so you go back to again the reports. So this report, when you open, we created from blank, right? You go and say again, view design. So when you go view design, see what is showing here? It is showing you a report like this. Now there is a button here. Do you see here button here? Small button. So there is a small square button here. Square right in the corner. So you click this one, okay? When you click, double click, you will find there a pop-up comes. If you close it, for example, I'll close again, okay? Here, double click. It opens pop-up. You see format, data, event, others, all. Okay. Now go to format. Suppose this format, what is showing here? So many parameters which you can control. You can control the color, you can control the width, size, so many parameters. Then if you go to data, so where from the data is coming for this report, it is showing here. See record source, it shows you record source, where from the data is coming. So it is coming from the table design data, different parameters. Okay. And then if you go to here, event, it is a programming. Basically, you can do the programming from here. What will happen when you click the button? For each button, it has a reason what it will do. Others means again whether you want to pop up or not. So a lot of settings are there. This you can do it later. But now for the time being, for example, this report, once you go into design sheet, and if you want to change the color, for example, there is arrow appearing. You see the arrow, big arrow. You just select this one. It is all selected. Now, suppose say you want to have a different color here. What you can do? Go to home. Okay. Now there is here you'll find a paintbrush, right? So you go here, for example, you want red, select red. And then again, you go to font, for example, you want white. So this is a change you have made, right? Now also you see here, there is no data here on the right side. If you want to reduce the size of the page, just select, put the cursor there and drag it here to reduce the size of the page. Now you made these changes, right? Now close it. Okay, it is closed. Now click here. See here, you got the changes here done. Same report, if I go here, click here, I'm getting the same report. Because the report name is same. So wherever you put it, you'll get the same thing. Okay, is it clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what do we do now? We'll create another report from query. So we go here and then go to reports again. So we have created from blank report, right? Now we go to report wizard. When you click the report wizard, it gives a pop-up. And by default, it has taken a query. So if you drop down, you see here, it will show you table, and then query. So it will show you all the different tables or queries we have to choose. So you can choose one. Let us say query, we choose one query, data design sheet, data new. So when we select this query, it gives all the fields we have. See all the fields. So this time we select the query. Suppose say you want only few fields, design sheet number, cable code, cable description. And then parameter, for example, unit of measurement. For example, I want only this one. And then the process, for example, I want process. So these are the fields I want. So there may be 20, 30 fields, but I want to choose only these fields, for example. You're getting my point here? So you choose the query here and then the fields. Once you have it, go to next. It is asking you, do you want to add any grouping? For example, you have similar design sheet, different cables. Then you can say, yeah, I want to group it. If you don't want to group it, suppose if you say group, then you select it. Then under the same design sheet, it will give all the data. If you have different design sheets, then it will give all the different design sheets. But if you have one design sheet, then it will group all the data into one design sheet. Okay, so this is useful when you want to group. And also here, if you come down, there is one option here, group options. You see this one, right? Group options.
Yes, sir.
So why this group option? So now we said here design sheet, by design sheet you group it. Say open this one. When you open this one, it will give you how you want to do it. For example, you have all the design sheets starting with the letter A, B, C, like that, for example. So you can say, I want, if the letter is different, first letter is different, then you group separately. Or first two letters are different, group separately, like this. So let us select the first letter. For example, we give a design sheet A and B. So I want all the A to be one place. Then I select first grouping method. Now, next is, it will ask you, do you want to sort the data? It say you can sort records by 4 fields. So you have first, for example, design sheet number, you can give, that is a serial number. Then you can say after cable code, say after that, say cable discount. For example, if you like this, you can choose the sorting when you have the data. Say next, it gives you 3 options. You see here layout options, stepped, block, and outline. See, you can see on the left side, data is changing here. You can see the data is changing here. Step means it will have 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps when you have the grouping. So if it is block means it gives it doesn't have the steps. It has outline means something like this. Okay. So let us go by steps. And then you can put a landscape or portrait. This is simple. Then adjust the field widths so fields can fit into page. So it will automatically, it can adjust. Or if you leave unchecked, then it will not adjust. It will come as it is. Okay, so let us say next. Then what name you want to give? So it is asking what is the name you want to give the report. Say, let us say design sheet data, design sheet report. Let us say design sheet report. It's the name on the. So it is asking you, do you want to preview the report or modify the report? Still, you can modify the report if you without reviewing. But let us say preview the report. Finish. So it gave you a report. You see here, what do we see here? There is a design sheet. Now, some fields are not visible here. We'll expand, we'll try to see it. See, the A character, which is A is the first letter. It has grouped all the design sheets, which is coming, starting with A, right? And then, because we have only one A, but now we can go and add some B and see what happens. The first character, if you say first 2 characters, then it will take A1. If you say first 3 character, A1, 0. This is how it does it. Okay, now there is a report created. Now you have what you have here, close and close print preview, it is saying. Okay, and also you have all the options here. If you want to change the page setup, all these things you can change. And if you want to change the size of the page, for example, so you see letter size. If you go to A4, you see it changes to A4. If you want different size, you can choose the different size of the page. So let us say A4 is okay. Close. Okay, now when you close, it has gone to the design mode again. You can see the design mode, right? So you can bring here, you can change the colors, you can see, you can change the theme here. For example, I can change the color here, a different color. So you can choose a color, and also you can choose the font. Suppose you have Calibri, you go to Arial font, you change the Arial font. So you can do all the modifications here. For example, change this one. So this is a change in the report design. Now, what we do here? Again, if you want to view the data, what do? You can go here. There is a button here, preview. There is a print preview. Again, you can see it. What do you see here? There is a design. It's missing the DESI design sheet EET missing. So you have to correct it. This design, this report you have to correct. How do you correct it? Again, go to design only, you go to here, you go to design, then you can expand one by one. Click this one, click and expand. You see this one, okay, design sheet number. Now you don't have design, so it's not coming. What do you do? This page, you can make it more width. You will create a space, right? And then you can select all of them. Like I will select all of them, and then I will move. I can move the arrow like this. Then I will expand. This design is not coming, so I make it design. See, design sheet number. So I want to, you can, until you see it, right? Now similarly, because this is a heading. You see here page header. You see here page header. This is the design sheet data. No header and detail. Now detail is the data, which means so this is heading and this data. So what you do is select this one. Also move this one to align to the top heading. You just, I want to show you the difference only. So you just take this one and then you expand this one also. So these two should be aligned. This is a heading. So how do you know heading? So let us say because page header. Okay. Now select this entire row and change the background. For example, you go to here, go to home, go to here field. For example, let us say this time, let us select the blue. So blue background was there. Okay. Now what will look like, you see. Now if you want to view this model, go, there is a small screen with a button, the print preview button. See here, you change the color and then this design sheet is now appearing. These two before they were not appearing properly. So you similarly you can change all of them. Width you can change it. Now this, for example, something is missing here. See the last one, right one, it has gone to the next page. You see, you go click here and it has gone next page. What do? You can change the font size, or you go to the page layout. Is go to landscape. You see, you can see the whole thing. Are you following me? It's clear what I said so far?
Can you repeat last one, sir? This one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now say you can see there is a cable, there is one here, cable, there is one field, very short field, small field, right? The field width is small. Go to print preview. What do you see here? Cable design sheet, there is one design sheet here, okay? Then there is a field very small. You see, it is data is not appearing here. The data, full data is not appearing, right? So I want to make this one appear because I'm trying to correct the report. Means see all the data. I'm trying to design the report in a proper way. So when you present the data, it should appear, right? The first two I corrected it. So third one, suppose I want to make this visible clearly. So what I do, I go to design view again. Then because to create a space, suppose for example, you select this one. Okay. When you select it, you try to expand. What happened? It goes into other other field, right? So you see here, I expanded this much cable code. If I put like this, you can see only cable code. So I want cable code to appear. So I expanded it. Now to put this properly, I need to move this away, right side. Otherwise, I cannot fit it. For example, I moved here. What happened? So both are overlapping, right? So this overlap, I want to stop. What I do? So I select all of them. Just put my mouse and select it and move it right. Okay, now I created a space for it. Okay, you can move this one here. Now this is only heading. Now see, I will go and open again, go for preview here, print preview. If you put icon here in the bottom, you see here, right? Now I can see the cable code here. But here in the bottom, the data is still not aligned to this one. See this one. See, this is not aligned to this one. Okay, this is aligned, but this data is coming up to here.